Joining us right now is EY United States Chairman Steve Howe. Steve, good to see you.
Thanks, Maria. Good
Thanks
to see you.
so much for joining us. Is that a sign that things are getting better? When you see a lot of deal activity, this was the busiest week since the 90s. What does that tell us about where we are in the economy?
Well, I don't think it necessarily tells us it's getting better, Maria. We do a capital confidence barometer, and we are hearing that there is going to be more deal activity. Now, why? I think because the economy continues to be a challenge. They have to get after growth, profits, find customers, build new capabilities, and it's the best route to go. And so we expect to see more of this.
Which is what we always say, Bob. If you can't find growth, you have to acquire growth.
You have to buy. You're either going to buy stock back, which is a one-time benefit, or you're going to buy something that has continuing operation performance, Steve, right?
Yes, and so there's more to come is what we're hearing. The pipeline is pretty solid. Of course, there is uncertainty, even with the large deals. A lot of discussion, will they get approved? But we're going to see more of this action.
And Steve, you're in the boardroom all the time, and this whole issue of regulations and uncertainty, tell us what you're hearing.
Well, certainly I think, what I hear in the business world, Bob, Maria, is people just want to get past this election. There's tremendous uncertainty, and I think business is not terribly enthused about either option at the presidency. I think there is a great interest in the Congress because I do think the business community is worried about if the Congress were to move left, because regulation, people have had it. We need to compete. Issues need to be addressed. I think the U.S. economy really could lead this global economy much more strongly, but we need to get after competitiveness.
Tell us about that, because just a couple of weeks ago we were talking, Dagan, about the fact that the market had sold off because there was a worry about a sweep. Democrats take the President, the House, and the Senate. So what are the implications of losing a chamber, the Republicans losing a chamber?
I think it would be a big concern. I think, I was with friends at the Peterson Institute. They referred to the global economy as a driverless car in the slow lane. It's like muddling along, and the U.S. economy really could provide good leadership. We want to be more competitive, but we need issues on the table. Let's talk about tax reform. Let's slow down on the regulatory choking that's happening. And I think if the Congress shifts left here, I think the business community is going to have its hands full.
Talk about Obamacare, because much of the focus is on the individual market, people who don't get insurance through their employers with the rising premiums, the kind of removal of options, if you will. But talk about how businesses are also struggling with higher health insurance costs. Because Zeke Emanuel, Maria interviewed him just a few days ago, and he's blaming businesses for raising premiums on the employers.
He also blamed George Bush.
Exactly.
I find that businesses are doing their best to deal with the regulation that's out there, including the Affordable Care Act, including what the financial institutions have dealt with, and I think they will. So I think it's actually the concern of this can't continue. I'm not finding too many businesses saying, we can deal with what the cards we've been dealt, but it's time now, X years after this crisis, to just double down and let's get competitive.
Steve, in this environment, you either innovate or you evaporate. And EY, particularly your territory, the Americas, really had a very strong year. So what are you seeing out there that EY is advancing relative to providing services to these corporations and CEOs?
Well, you're right on, Bob. It's another reason why we're seeing deal activity as well. Disruption, innovation, the need really to be nimble in this economy right now. Convergence is also happening not only within sectors but across sectors, and so companies have to be really agile, and innovation is really important. In our consulting practices, we're very involved in helping companies think through how to access customers, more digital focus, how do we build more efficiency, the use of robotics in your business. Everybody is tightening the screws to be as effective as they can and innovative as they can.
And tax management as well. Do you think we'll see tax reform?
I certainly hope that this is, high on the list. We have been, the U.S., among the largest 30 economies in the world, has the highest tax rate. It is stifling companies. What does that do? It ultimately hurts jobs. It hurts our ability to invest here. It's taking companies out of this country. So I'm hopeful that there's been enough dialogue. It will come on the table, and let's get something moving.
All right, we'll leave it there. Congratulations on 30 years.
30 years celebrating entrepreneurs. We're really proud of it.
That's fantastic.
It's important.
Heading to Wall Street to ring the bell.
We will ring the bell today, so that's EY's Entrepreneur of the Year program, year 30 in this country, and
wow.
We'll have a winner at the end of this month.
That is a great program, Steve. And to highlight entrepreneurs the way you do, it really is an incredible thing. Thank you.
We estimate over $1 trillion of revenue from companies we have celebrated as winners over those decades. So
we'll see you at the podium ringing the bell.
Thanks a lot.
Steve, thank you so much.
Great
Steve
to be
Howe.
with you.
Thanks.